Hey, welcome. Have you ever looked at a really successful manager and thought, how did they do it? How do they just seem to make one brilliant decision after another? Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's not magic, and it's definitely not luck. It's all about having the right tools for the job. So today we are opening up the Ultimate Manager's Toolkit, and we're going to see exactly how they turn raw data into decisive, winning actions. Think about it. Every single business, I don't care if it's a tiny startup or a massive global corporation, is basically swimming in this ocean of data, opinions, and constant, nonstop change. It can honestly feel like total chaos. So, the biggest question for any leader is how in the world do you cut through all that noise and find a clear path forward? And the answer, it's actually pretty straightforward. The best leaders, they don't just guess. They don't rely on gut feelings alone. Nope. They build and they master the right toolkit. I want you to picture like a professional set of instruments, right? And each one is designed for a very specific job. First, understanding the world around you. Then, making a decision. Then, actually building a solution. And finally, perfecting it. Okay, so first things first, you can't possibly chart a course if you don't know where you are on the map. This is where we open up that first tray in our toolkit, the tools for understanding. These are like your business's compass, using hard data to give you a true, unbiased picture of what's really going on. Now, a phrase like measures of central tendency might sound a little academic, a little intimidating, right? But all it really means is finding the main character in your data's story. That's it. Is it the mean, your average customer's purchase? Or maybe the median, the exact middle salary at your company? Or is it the mode, your single most popular product? These simple tools, they show you the typical story that's kind of hidden inside all those numbers. But of course, you can't always talk to every single customer, right? Or inspect every single item that comes off the assembly line. It's not possible. And that's where the pure genius of sampling comes in. It is such a smart shortcut. By carefully defining who you want to study, picking the right technique, and then just collecting data from a small representative group, you can make a super powerful and accurate guess, an inference, about the entire group. It's all about being strategic, not exhaustive. All right, so now we have a clear picture of reality. It's time to actually do something. So for part two, we're digging into the tools for deciding. This is where we completely shift gears. We're moving away from just observing the world and into making confident choices that will actually change it. We're going from pure guesswork to solid proof. And check this out. This just perfectly shows that leap forward. Over on the left, you've got intuition. I feel like our new ad is working. It's a hunch, it's a gut feeling. But on the right, that's the power of hypothesis testing. Using real statistical tools like t-tests and z-tests, you can say with total confidence, the data proves our new ad increased sales by 15%. See the difference? One is basically a wish, the other is a weapon. Now, what if you could kind of peek into the future? That's more or less what correlation and regression can do for you. Seriously, these are like a manager's crystal ball. They uncover the hidden relationships between things. Like, how much do our sales actually go up for every single dollar we put into marketing? Or how does changing the price really affect customer demand? This isn't just about seeing what already happened. It's about understanding why it happened so you can start predicting what's going to happen next. So, you've made a fantastic, data-proven decision. That's great, but it's still just an idea until you make it real. And that brings us to part three, the tools for building. We're now heading down into the engine room of the business to see exactly how those big strategic choices become a functioning reality. This is where the blueprint actually becomes a building. These operations tools help answer the really fundamental practical questions. Things like, where should we even build our new facility? How should we arrange our workspace for maximum flow? Who does what and when? And for those huge, complex jobs, you've got methods like PERT and CPM that give you a super detailed roadmap to make sure projects get done on time and on budget. Okay, so how do you connect all these different moving parts so they work together in perfect harmony? Well, that is the job of an enterprise resource planning system, or ERP. I want you to think of it as the company's central nervous system. It's this one single massive software platform that connects everything: finance, manufacturing, supply chain, HR, you name it. It means everyone is working from the exact same real-time information. It is the ultimate tool for organizational clarity. But you know what? The absolute best organizations, they know that finished is never really finished. There is always room to get better. So welcome to part 4, the tools for perfecting. This is all about the relentless, nonstop pursuit of excellence. And this pursuit really follows two powerful but different philosophies. On one hand, you've got Kaizen. This is the art of looking inward, making small, continuous improvements every single day. On the other hand, you have benchmarking, which is the science of looking outward, finding the absolute best performers in the world in any industry and learning from what they do so well. And if you want to know what the absolute peak of that pursuit looks like, just look at this number, 3.4. That is the absolutely mind-boggling goal of a quality system called Six Sigma. We're not talking 3.4 defects per 100 or even per 1,000. No, we're talking 3.4 defects per million opportunities. That is a commitment to a level of precision that is, well, it's virtually flawless. So let's zoom out for a second and put all these pieces together. When you combine these tools, the tools for understanding, for deciding, for building, and then for relentlessly perfecting, you create something that's way more than just a successful company. You create a smart enterprise. And it becomes this powerful self-reinforcing cycle. You use data as your compass to see the world as it really is. You use statistical tests to decide with proof, not just with hunches. You use operational frameworks to build with precision and awesome efficiency. And then you use quality philosophies to perfect with purpose, making sure you're getting just a little bit better every single day. So there you have it. We've opened up the toolkit, we've laid out the instruments that turn total chaos into crystal clarity and simple ideas into real-world impact. And that really leaves us with just one final and honestly the most important question of all. Now that you've seen the tools, what are you going to build with them?